Now 7:00. It is now 7:03. Good evening and welcome to the January 26, 2023 fiscal year 2024 proposed operating budget public hearing. My name is Judy Mickens Murray, Board Chair. Thank you for joining the public hearing tonight. We have Spanish interpretation services available this evening. Ms. Lopez, would you please make an announcement that Spanish interpretation is available for viewers by clicking on the globe icon at the bottom of the screen?
La interpretación en español está disponible para los espectadores haciendo clic en el icono del globo en la parte inferior de la pantalla. Haga clic en ese globo y seleccione Spanish.
Thank you. This meeting is currently being live streamed via YouTube. For viewers who are not able to observe at this time, the meeting is also being recorded. This information will be on our board web page and also available on the Prince George's County YouTube channel for later viewing. The Board of Education has convened this evening for the sole purpose of receiving public comment on the fiscal year 2024 proposed operating budget, which was presented by our CEO, Dr. Golson, at the December 8, 2022 board meeting. The Board of Education appreciates your participation in this public hearing to voice your opinions on the fiscal year 2024 proposed operating budget with the public's needs of our students and staff in Prince George's County Public Schools in a collaborative manner. Ms. Lopez, please call the roll.
Mrs. Adam Stafford,
Present.
Ms. Fuser Strother,
Here.
Mr. Briggs,
Present.
Mr. Saron Ruiz, Mr. Fields,
Present.
Dr. Harris,
Present.
Mr. Jackson, Mrs. LaSalle Frazier,
Present.
Dr. Juanita Miller,
Here.
Dr. Cipro Miller,
Present.
Mr. David Murray,
Present.
Mr. Valentine,
Here.
Ms. Walker,
Present.
Mrs. Meekins Murray.
Here.
We have quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We will now hear from our registered speakers for public comment. There is one confirmed registered live public speaker for tonight's public hearing. You have been registered to speak in a public comment forum where the Board of Education will listen to your comments. The board will not address your comments. All registered speakers will have 3 minutes to make their presentation. Registered speakers may not relinquish any part of their speaking time to another registered or unregistered individual. Speakers may not address individuals or issues with profanity or derogatory terms. You will be warned once. If you continue, your comments will be muted and you may be removed from the meeting. Speakers are encouraged to use titles rather than names. For example, principal, CEO, deputy superintendent, etc. Your adherence to these guidelines will enable the public participation process to move smoothly. Our registered speaker for the evening is Jamae Nabinet. Is she present?
Good afternoon, Chair Mickens Murray. Unfortunately, Ms. Nabinet has not logged on. I called her this evening, confirmed with her, sent her the email. She responded to the email, and I told her she had to log in by 7 o'clock, and she still is not here.
Okay, then board member Pamela Boozer Struthers.
Hi, thank you. I have I guess a point of order question. In the past, when we would be in buildings, one could register to make public comment for the budget on the spot when you arrived. And I was wondering if we're accommodating that in Zoom this year. I don't know if anyone of the attendees tonight intended to do that, but I did want to note that was an expectation when we were able to have budget comments in person in buildings.
Well, since this is my first, let's poll the board members. Do they mind? How many people do we have, do you think? Or is there a process, Ms. Lopez, to have folks who are on Zoom to be speakers? Or do they have to be panelists or in a room?
I think if you, Dr. Golson, would you like to provide a, no? Okay.
Go ahead and respond. I'm thinking you were getting ready to say what I was getting ready to say. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, so our directive was that the public commenters were to register. They were given an opportunity to register Friday. We opened the session as 5 p.m. and all the way through today, 12 p.m. We also receive expect to receive written testimonies, which we received 2. So yeah, so I think that's where we are.
Okay, I appreciate that explanation. So, Board Member Pamela Boozer-Struthers, I would think for this evening's public hearing, we're unable to do that, but maybe we would work with staff and the administration for the February 2nd meeting. Is that acceptable?
Well, yeah, that is acceptable. I would also note that we do need increased marketing for how to sign up for the budget hearings. There was plenty of marketing and I appreciated of the actual dates, but that marketing in the weekly emails didn't take you to where you can sign up. So I'm hoping that the next week we can have that in there. So I think it's also an access issue around this and for the marketing. Thank
Well, I
you.
appreciate you bringing that to our attention, myself and the administration, and we will take that under advisement. So thank you. Any other comments from any other board members? Board Member Boozer, Adam Stafford.
Thank you, Chair Murray. I agree with Board Member Boozer-Struthers in regards to the promotion of this to make it more accessible for our community members to attend. I seem to remember, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, there was a way for people to participate via telephone previously. Am I imagining that, or was that a couple of years ago where people could call in? Okay, so maybe that perhaps could be a way to increase participation as well.
Okay, we will take that as well, and I appreciate the comments. Any other board members, any comments to help us prepare for next week? Hearing
Yes,
none?
can you, I
sorry.
do, just had to get to mute. Can you just remind us what the topics are for next week so that the public can know what we'll be talking about, please? The divisions that we're
Harris?
talking, thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Dr.
1 second.
Okay,
All right, so
thank
topics next week are business management services, the chief executive officer. I think that includes general counsel, Dr. Golson, just a head nod, including general counsel, chief of staff, human resources, and information technology. But I can email you all of that, Vice Chair Walker.
Well, email it to all board members, please. Thank you.
Got it.
Any more comments from board members?
Can I just be recognized really quick, Chair?
Sure,
Kingsbury?
Board Member Briggs.
Thank you. I just want to say that I actually think that it would be good if we're going to, I'm not sure if we're about to wrap up this this public hearing, but if we were to, and for those who did want to speak here and there were accessibility issues, which is clear, to have some other alternative for them, because I think that it's very important. I know for myself, I actually had a hiccup with not getting the link, and that was really frustrating. So I can imagine that if it's anyone in the public who wanted to participate, but there was an accessibility issue, you know, that there be some other opportunity for them to share about this specific set of topics. So can that be shared?
Well, let me ask Dr. Golson, if we have the individuals who are in the audience, maybe to provide their questions, written questions to your office, that the divisions who are here tonight would address them.
It will definitely respond. We'll put them in the same document that we use for you all, and those documents are posted for public review.
Okay, I appreciate that. So we invite the public who we are unable to accommodate tonight If you have some questions for the divisions that were presented tonight, please submit those to the board office. The board office would get them to the administration.
I do want to note that the public hearings are really not questions. It really is just an opportunity for community members to say how they would like the board to.
Oh, okay, thank you for that.
So if they want to submit their statements on how to, review the proposal that I presented and to determine if you want to support or add additional information to it, then that's what that's what the public does during that time. They don't really ask us questions. They're really there
To provide information and
for-
insight to their values. And
correct, to
around
advocate
the-
for their programs that they
Okay.
believe the board should fund.
Okay, that's good clarification. So I will state to the public, if you have an opinion about this current proposed 2024 budget, please feel free to submit your comments, your insights, your volunteerism to the board staff, and we'll get that information to the administration. Thank you. I see two hands. Dr. Kenneth Harris.
Just for clarification, Mr. Briggs, you're referring to people that are not currently in the audience, correct? Because if they're in, a suggestion I'll have, if they're in the audience and they can some way make themselves known that they'd like to speak, I think we can pull them over to the panelist side, I think. I don't know if that actually works,
Well-
but just to clarify, if that was what he was asking about.
I was referring to anyone who went through the process that we set in place and maybe got frustrated or didn't participate for that reason. So no.
Okay, got it.
So before I come to you, board members LaSalia, Frazier, let me clarify with the board staff. Is there anyone out there that you see that we could get into this forum at this moment?
Chair Mickens Murray, as we had stated before, there was only one person who registered.
Okay.
The other two were written comment and they sent that in and we posted that to board docs. So
Okay.
there's no one else.
That you can see. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Board member LaSalia Frazier.
My comment is, I'm wondering if we have made announcements in Hispanic radio for our parents to be aware of these hearings. I'm just wondering because I know that our parents, they listen to the Spanish radio, and that's one great way for us to be able to publicize our activities. And I would love to increase the number of Latino parents that are advocating for services that they need. So I'm just wondering if we're utilizing that as a way of reaching out to our Latino families.
Okay, are there any?
But I'm sending a note and asking them to do so for next week.
Thank you, Dr. Golson. Anything else, board member LaSalia Frazier? Anything else?
That's it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Board member Juanita Miller.
I just wanted to make a comment about the pulling people over because I don't know what happened tonight, but I lost the network and I called in and I was able to hear, but Mia was unable to pull me back over into that. So we might need our technology people to assist our staff with any transition that may need to take place.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else, Dr. Miller?
That's it.
Okay, Mia, I thought I saw, okay. Ms. Barton, did you want to respond to Dr. Miller?
Yes, I did. Just to let everyone know, when you call into a webinar, we do not have the capability of transferring you over to a panelist. If you log in with your email, we can change you from being an attendee to a panelist, but that's only if you logged in with your email. We cannot do it with a phone call when you call it. It doesn't allow.
Okay, I appreciate that addition.
Thank you, because I couldn't get back, couldn't get the internet, so I called in, but I wanted her to know, to let you know, and well, the
Right.
body know. And Dr. Golson, he's not here now, but I didn't get a chance to hear Dr. Fawcett's response to my question. So if it's okay, I will contact him on next week, if that's okay.
They said that, I'm sorry, but
Posted.
What'd
okay.
you say?
I was going to say that the staff, the administration said that they were going to respond to all board questions and that they were going to be in the document that all of us will see. But
I understand. No, I was saying that he was responding to me when I lost internet
oh,
connection.
okay, I missed that. Thank you.
Fine, the meeting was recorded, and so you can go back and hear his response.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Vice Chair Walker.
Yes, I wanted to encourage and empower our amazing folks that are on the call from our board to help with the promotions for our upcoming
Very good.
public hearing. And so with that, I would love to ask Dr. Goldson to invite her staff to send to us any communication that we can leverage on our socials and to our distribution list. That would be amazing. Thank you so much, in English and Spanish. Thank you.
Any more comments from board members?
Nope.
Okay, if not, we will move forward. We also received written comments from 2 registrants, which are available for reviewing on board docs. So this concludes the fiscal year 2024 budget public hearing session for January 26, 2023. We hope to see you at the second budget hearing scheduled for Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. This meeting will also be virtual. Please visit the board website for the Zoom links to access the session. Thank you and have a good night. You may